happy to say no spiders will be coming from the sky.
Yeah, and
just a little rain, right? Earlier.
Yeah, we had the rain, of course, I know. And then for Halloween, everything's looking really good.
Yes.
So some years we get these strong storms that come in on Halloween, and people don't know whether to cancel trick-or-treating and things like that. Thankfully, we don't have anything like that this year. Our forecast for Monday is going to be beautiful. Now, today, of course, we did have the storms, and we still have leftover clouds, temperatures in the 60s, and our winds now from the southwest. And you can see we are all the way not too far from 50s for some of our spots around Raceland and Thibodaux and Macomb and Baton Rouge, as well as Reserve and a few other spots to the west. We are expecting our rain, of course, to be over. It's done for all of our parishes and counties, but you can still see the line. It actually has been going rather slowly. Once it left our area, it's only made this much progression in the past couple of hours over toward Mobile, and still some storms going on there into the nighttime hours. But we are getting the front slowly moving away. All of this is going to be pulling away from us tomorrow. Now, around this low that will still be in the general vicinity way off to the north of us tomorrow, but we may get a few wraparound clouds potentially tomorrow. Not expecting rain. Earlier today, look at this. We were under a tornado watch for a chunk of the afternoon, but we didn't actually have any warnings and no cells that were rotating a lot, indicating possible tornado activity in our area. But just outside off to the east, you can see that smattering of tornado reports from Pascagoula over toward about Gulf Shores. Rain totals today were as high as about an inch. We were looking at our setup today and saying, oh, we might actually get some decent rain. And we did. A lot of the city up to about 3/4 of an inch. Not really that much rain, but hey, a lot of us will take this kind of rain after our really long dry spell that we've had. Bogalusa got over an inch as well. Slidell about a 1/2 inch, and Gulfport near 1 inch. Here's our model going forward in time to tonight and then 7 a.m. tomorrow. You can see those clouds moving in and moving out. So we'll say partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions tomorrow, but we may have some periods where we do have mostly cloudy skies. This takes us to 2 p.m. and even though you see a couple of showers here, I don't think we're actually going to see a lot of rain tomorrow. Very small chance for a stray shower, but I didn't even include it really in the official forecast because I think most of us are going to be staying dry. And then this takes us through the evening and toward 11 p.m. tomorrow night, looking quiet then. So tonight, continuing to dry out, some clouds still lingering. North Shore and South Shore lows in the 50s to about 60 degrees. And then tomorrow, high temperatures about 76. Should be a really nice day. Again, partly cloudy to mostly sunny and that nice pleasant drier feel with dew point temperatures going down, our humidity going down as some drier air begins to work in. There's your planner for tomorrow. Again, a nice end to the weekend. And then we'll fast forward into Monday. That's looking good too. Your Halloween planner, 3 p.m., 76 degrees or so, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. 6 p.m., maybe right around trick-or-treating time, 72 degrees. So for a lot of us, very comfortable, almost perfect for trick-or-treating weather. And then as you stay out later after sunset, 67 or so expected by about 9 p.m. if you have later in the nighttime kind of Halloween plans. Tropical outlook, just to touch on this really quickly, we have a slight chance for this spot, not expecting this really to develop. There's some high winds around this now, but of course, this is the one that we've been talking about for a few days. This one has a medium chance of developing in the next 2 days, and now a 70% chance of developing in the next 5 days. Models are not very aggressive with spinning this into a strong system, but it might be able to organize into a depression. We will see, but you can see where it is right now. It's moving westward, but we're not expecting it to move far to the north either. This is Invest 95, area of investigation 95. And again, we're just probably going to see it drifting across the Caribbean and perhaps staying pretty messy. We'll see again once it moves into Central America. This is why we have this big ridge of high pressure that's going to be building, and this is a setup that is just going to block this system from moving far to the north at all, and that will stay south of our coast, so we're not expecting any sort of threats or impacts along the Gulf Coast. By the way, the percentages of storms that form by month, we're almost into November. Nice to be on this second half with the big downward activity indicators, of course, moving into November. Still, though, 6% of a season's storms, on average anyway, form. That's almost as much as July and about the same as June. But in November also, we have not very hospitable conditions across the Gulf of Mexico. So that's why once we get into November, we normally don't have as much activity near us. So that'll be nice. Also, next weekend is the daylight saving time change. Hard to believe it's already that time. We will fall back, extra hour of sleep, and look at this sunset next weekend. Next Sunday will be at 5:09 p.m. That's a big difference for a lot of us, and sunrise in the 6 a.m. hour. 7-day forecast is showing our temperatures pretty comfortable through the week. Slight chance of a shower late Tuesday into Wednesday with a little low pressure area to our west. Not really that big a deal, but some more clouds Wednesday, and then a warmer setup, but still pretty nice for the end of the week.
Does the turnaround for the Saints start tomorrow against the Raiders? If it does, the defense will have a big say in that. Plus, how close Zion Williamson is to returning to the lineup. That's ahead.